Alright, flash delete's done. 3, 2, 1. They're done.
Home stretch of getting this thing dried in, guys. A couple more things to do. Little strips up top, the flasher deletes on the front and back, and getting the, well, you can't see it, I don't think, but above the door, side doors here, little temporary metal at least, until we get those figured out, how we're gonna either extend the doors or put different doors on. And then of course the front door, that's the biggest gap right now. We might try to reuse the door that came off and like fuse it together somehow, like make it straight, no slide action, essentially it'll work like a regular door. That's to be determined, but today's video is about getting this thing dried in. We'll see what we can do. All right, so we're getting started on the flasher deletes. Here is my piece for that. Made it myself. No, it's just the same material from the walls, the 16 gauge metal. That notch, you'll see, is for a spot that's kind of rounded so it wouldn't lay flat if it was rectangle. So we have our metal, we have our silicone sealant. Obviously, holes are all drilled. I have one all prepped so we can get this slapped up there real quick, and the rest, which I only have 2 more, so I can do the back and this one up front, and then we'll get that last one at a later time when I have leftover material, whatever I'm left with.
We have the first flasher delete. See, I've put the silicone sealant on there, a lot of it, because I want it to be really sealed up. And then up there, you can see on the inside of the circles, I put butyl rubber tape, just to really seal out any moisture. So let's try putting this up.
Well, the rain made me quit early today. Only got the flash deletes done, but did get those done before the run of the rain hit. And then I was just running around doing some prep work for the little strips of metal to cover the 4-inch gap above.
Look at that. Getting the last strips slipped in, and it's going actually pretty well. Let me show you what's going on. So this 5-inch piece is just going up and butting up against the top of the metal here, about there. So everything will run down and over, even here. These are what I'm securing the tops there. You can see I put rivets in all those guys, coming all the way down. I'm following the same pattern as I did with these, so 8 foot, 8 foot, 8 foot, and then there'll be like a little 5 foot or whatever that is over there. So there's a gap between this metal and the outer metal that this is slipping up into. So this basically is a pretty tight seal. I was thinking about putting a bead of silicone in there to make it really water resistant, but I don't know that that's honestly necessary. let's go over what we were doing. Essentially, I've got that butyl rubber tape up there. I just take my pieces, go up, set them underneath that, hit them in with my mallet, and slip them in till they're flush with the last piece, which is about an inch and a quarter off of that other sheet. And then, yeah, this is the last piece, so I'll show you how you do it. Don't try this at home, folks. Unless, of course, this is your home. Then, well, there's a gray area. Overlapping certain things here because, I mean, it really doesn't matter, but it looks better. Alright, so I've got my piece slipped in. This side went in real fine. Gets up to where it needs to be. Now I just gotta make sure the rest of the pieces are mostly it's gotta be up, touching the top here. Alright. That's very close. And upon a visual inspection, we are good. Pre-drill tools I am working with. Got my rivet gun. I'm gonna set that right there for a second while it's not needed. My screw gun, and I've got a deburring tool right there. So I've already got, since we slipped it under, we have the holes. Basically, we have where we need to drill. Exactly. So drilling out these holes. Doesn't take too long, but you know, it's a process. Deburr. All right. So now we are ready to set a rivet. But first, let's take another look. Under there and under there, and that looks good. All right. This first one's just gonna set it, so now we don't have to be as careful with moving this. All right, and she's set. So now I'm just going to each hat channel frame and drilling out and setting rivets. And once I'm done with 2, 3, 4 hat channels, so a total of 8 rivets, I'm done. And that's kind of nice. Boy, am I happy to announce she's dried in. Now, we got the front and back flash deletes completed. We got the strips of metal up. We have a door. Let me show you that door in a second. I'm pretty proud of it for being ghetto.
So I figured I should rig up some kind of temporary door, since that door no longer really fits and the hardware wouldn't be able to go back on. So this is just one of the extra pieces of sheet metal I had. Cut it down to 3 feet wide. It's still 8 foot tall. Got some pre-drills in for the hinges. I've got the hinges inside here. I didn't want to make any holes on the outside, so I put them on in here. I have a rubber gasket that I'm gonna probably put on. So basically this is the backer, so the flimsy metal doesn't go all flimsy on me. And then this will flip over once I get the sheet metal here. We'll screw in here, and then I think I'll maybe be able to screw that in on that, and it'll kind of cover that gap, hopefully.
Let's take a look at this door. 8 feet tall, 4 foot wide. She opens. You can see I've got a piece of wood behind there for the hinge. And it closes. And it's kind of an auto close door, honestly, because it both, I think it's a little bit tilted that way, so that's the way it naturally wants to with gravity, but also that rubber hinge, rubber in the hinge, I should say, kind of pushes and acts like a spring. Let's go inside. So this is your first look at the dried-in bus. No more gaps up there that you can see through. All along. You can even see I put another piece of metal right there, another piece of metal right there, and no more holes. You're getting a first glimpse of our little wood stove. I might add in the video of us making it. You can see it's cold. So hopefully we can get that thing running soon. I need to get some measurings and figure out how tall it's gonna be so I can make a hole that's accurate. And then, yeah, this thing probably pump out some heat. It's designed for a 900 square foot building, and this is obviously 300, so you saw it here first, but I'll make a video showing the install. So